Well, Defence Minister Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh has welcomed the Navy duo women officers who scripted history after circumnavigating the globe aboard the INS Tarini Navika Sagar Parikrama, Indian Navy's historic achievement. Women officers scripting history, and Raksha Mantri has congratulated them. Two women officers make history, and this is a historic transoceanic expedition. India is proud of its Nari Shakti, and this has been a challenging journey of 8 months. A global circumnavigation that is now complete. INS Tarini sailing vessel returns, and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has welcomed the two women Navy officers who have scripted history. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh welcoming the Navy officers who scripted history after circumnavigating the globe. This is on INS Tarini Navika Sagar Parikrama. And this is Indian Navy's historic achievement, two women officers scripting history, and this has been a transoceanic expedition. You can see the visuals there. Clearly, India is proud of its Nari Shakti. My colleague Shiv Arur joins us with more details on this. Shiv, tell us a little bit about this historic transoceanic expedition, and what does this mean? What does this achievement mean, not just for the women part in the country, but also for our Indian Armed Forces?
Well, it's a huge achievement, and not just as an adventure, because Navika Sagar Parikrama, featuring Lieutenant Rupa and Lieutenant Dilna of the Indian Navy, is by far one of the most ambitious, circumnavigations that has ever been conducted. It lasted 8 months. They had, stops in some of the most exotic locations, but most of the time, 99% of the time, they were at sea in the middle of nowhere, completely separated from the real world, really. They were, of course, connected via the internet, so they could speak with their families and, of course, with the Navy itself. But overall, this was done the old way, navigation being done, the old school way. And they're finally back home. And it's really good to see those images of no less than the Raksha Mantri himself, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, going down to Goa to receive Lieutenants Dilna and Rupa. I actually had a conversation with them just last month, Vasudha, when they were about 4,000 nautical miles away. They had just rounded the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa, and they were finally into the Indian Ocean after many months of this grueling voyage, and they were finally in the same ocean where the Indian mainland is. And I remember seeing how bright and happy they were. It's good to see them back. This must have been exhausting. Imagine, spending all of your time in a little boat. As you can see in those pictures, which we do have, the INSV Tarini is not a very big boat, not a lot of space to actually move around. But one can only imagine the kinds of adventures these two young Indian Navy officers have had, and I hope that we will be the first to tell their tale as well.
Also, Shiv, very quickly tell us a little bit about these Navy officers. Do we know a little bit about them, and how are they feeling about this success of theirs?
See, they're both Indian Navy officers, so they've got full-time jobs. The Navika Sagar Parikrama was part of the larger mandate as far as the Indian Navy has to demonstrate that it is a blue water navy, that it is a global navy, that it has the capacity to indulge and send its young officers like Dilna and Rupa on these global circumnavigation voyages and expeditions. This is something taken very seriously in navies across the world. There are many races as well, which we've seen Indian Navy officers participate in. This, of course, was more of an expedition, not really a race. But the fact that there are points of contact in friendly countries, from Australia to Africa to the United States to Central America, South America, island nations in the Pacific and elsewhere, suggests that this is basically India sending out these young brand ambassadors to different parts of the world to remind them that a country like India, which has stood for peace, which is a country of military stability as well, exists in the world. They may just be two officers, but the message as far as military diplomacy, even at this small little level with a small little sailboat, is something that is very treasured and very memorable. And that's why I'm expecting probably maybe even the Prime Minister at some point will be acknowledging the incredible voyage of these two young officers.
So military diplomacy there. Thank you, Shiv, for those excellent details.